Hey everyone, it's your boy Tej Talks, and we are here at Azuri Car Care in Stevenage, aka St. Ivanage, and we are here to pick up my Ruby Red Neo Star, paint to sample, special paint, expensive paint, coloured 911 992.1 Carrera 4 GTS 2024. Now you can kind of hear it grumbling in the background. It's a lot louder than I thought. You should have heard it in here shaking the building. For a little V6, flat 6 boxer engine, I'm impressed. So we're here to pick up the car, we're here to talk about PPF, ceramic coatings, what does this stuff even mean, check some of the footage we've got coming for you, and here to give you a 360 of the car and of the difference that PPF makes. What I will do is in a couple of months, I'll do another video reviewing the PPF and reviewing, how easy it is to clean. So come with me as we pick up my, some say it's bright pink, I think it's more of a dusty pink, Porsche 911 Carrera 4 GTS.
Yeah, so it's going to remove the front plate.
Yep.
We'll remove the Porsche badge.
How is it stuck on with some?
It's got 2 bolts underneath. So yeah, we just unbolt it. So we strip all of this interior plastics. And again, the reason we do that is because in here, that's going to be filthy.
Oh wow.
Okay, so you can't obviously install the PPF with, if you run your finger down it like that. Yeah, you've got a lot of dirt. So all of that needs to be properly cleaned, needs to be perfectly cleaned before we start. So this is going to be, what do you think, about 20 minutes or so, Sam, before you start washing? Yeah.
So we're on the first stages of prep right now. Sam is cleaning the wheels, the massive 20 at the front, 21 staggered alloys back in front in black satin. So big up Porsche High Wycombe because they redid them all in black satin so they'd match, because there was some small scuffs on 2 of them. So yeah, top 1 alloys, they look incredible. I'm obviously very nervous about parking this all the time, even though it has the surround cameras because they're massive, and any little scuff is going to show on that because of the colour of them, and they're satin black, not even just normal Halfords black. As you can see, just about to jet off the general chemical cleaner on the wheels, and after that followed by something that's going to remove brake dust and iron filings. So have a look. So you can smell, you can't smell it, but we can smell the chemical on there that is removing some bits, some chemicals. Interesting, it's almost got a perfume in it, but then it's taken over by the rest of it. So we're almost on the final stages of the pre-washing before it gets dried and then detailed and then ready for PPF. And as you can see, this looks stunning. Maybe at one point this should have some stealth PPF on it to give it that, kind of look. And then after this, we'll dry it off, head inside. You'll see some shots of it being polished and prepared for the PPF. And I think with that, right now it looks like it hasn't got stone chips on it. It looks like it hasn't got much damage on it. It's in really good condition actually, so yeah, big up Porsche for that. But I think once it goes through that stage, Graham was saying, we're really gonna see, some damage and more of it once you get it under those lights, which the lights in that are amazing, really good for filming. So yeah, follow us there. So, Graham, the car is finished. It's looking very shiny, it's looking very nice, looking very pink. You do a lot of Porsches.
Yes.
Are Porsches straightforward to PPF compared to other car manufacturers?
Yes. Yeah, typically. I mean, Porsche's a kind of primary market for us. They make a lot more cars than some of the other manufacturers for a start. Porsche's also probably at the point where people treat themselves to a car that's maybe £100,000, something in that region. Yeah. And they want to look after it. They're going to keep it for years, and it's something that they've worked hard for. Yeah. So yeah, we do a lot of Porsches, and thankfully we've got a lot of Porsche customers that have come back to us time and time again. So that works well for us. In terms of being straightforward, they are more straightforward to PPF than, for example, a McLaren or a Ferrari. Yeah. Paint on a Porsche is pretty much always spot on, so we never really have paint issues with them. We always go through a paint correction stage prior to putting the PPF on, as in the machine polishing stage, and that just removes surface defects, such as light swirl marks, etchings and so on, that the car might have picked up during storage, during transportation. But that's pretty straightforward stuff. It's all standard stuff that most, if not all people would do. Yeah.
Have you wrapped a Porsche in this colour before? I think you have.
Yes, yeah, we've PPF'd a number of cars in this colour. So we've done a GT3, We've done a Carrera T and maybe one or two others. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah.
Are you a fan of the colour?
Yeah, I like it.
Would you have it? Would you drive it?
I'm going to say I like that somebody's ordered it.
Yeah.
I like that somebody has ordered it. I probably would have. I'm probably a bit more mainstream and would have a GT silver car or something.
Yeah,
like that.
which is, you know, I mean, it looks good in every colour, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when it comes to PPFing, we spoke the other day about the cuts and how you edit them to make them fit in certain places.
Yes.
So, for example, here. So
Yeah.
this is the indicator. Some people would PPF up to it, some would take it off and PPF into it. What's your technique?
So when we do a wing, any wing on a 992, for example, the areas which we're going to make edits to are around the side repeater. So we pop that out, as I mentioned on the previous video. We pop that out. It's really easy to do. We wrap the film inside it. It means that you have one less edge to worry about. Might get grubby, might get unsightly, it might get caught with a jet wash or something like that. So not having it there is better. Doesn't take an awful lot of work to do and looks a lot neater. Other areas we wrap right down to the rubbers on the headlights.
I was going to say, I was trying to see a line, but
No.
I can't.
We'll also, obviously the standard wraps are wheel arches, tops of the wings. This little area here we'll always tuck down into as well, so we don't have an edge along this area here. We'll wrap around the door, so this car has PPF on the wing and the door, so both edges are wrapped, so you're not going to see any unsightly edges on there. And when we get to the further along the car to the door, we're aiming to get as clean as we possibly can installation on here, so we just take this beading off along the top. That just pops off, so we can put the film underneath there. Again, the front of the edge, the front edge of the door is wrapped round, as is the rear edge of the door and underneath as well. So it's pretty seamless, that door.
And then wing mirrors, are they a common area on these cars that do get hit?
Yeah, you're always going to want to put PPF on your mirrors because they're going to get scuffed from time to time.
Country lanes narrow. My current wing mirrors are.
Exactly, and these 992s are pretty wide, so the English country roads aren't really built for these cars.
Especially not the suspension either.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
And then with, for example, the door handle, obviously it's got a bit of complexity on that in terms of the shape.
Yeah.
Is that just sort of extra work in terms of ensuring it fits, ensuring it goes in there and it protects the whole door handle?
Yeah, in fairness, the patterns, the standard patterns on a door handle are spot on. So we don't have to do generally we don't have to do a massive amount of editing to these. The PPF tucks nicely underneath, so everything there is protected. So if you've got rings on or something like that, it's not going to scratch the paint. And then the actual top of the door handle on these is PPF'd as well. That's a standard 992 handle. When you're doing GT 3RSs and those kind of cars, they have an old school handle on them, so it's a slightly different setup. But that's a standard handle for a 992.
Nice.
Yeah,
and
pretty straightforward.
The most common area of injury and issue in this car is these wide hips. When you're driving it, you look in the mirror, all you seem to see is the hips.
Yeah.
Now, it comes with a small, a delicate, we can call it, patch from manufacturer, but this looks a lot wider, slightly taller. What's the benefit of doing this over the one that comes with it?
So, well, first of all, if we move back to the front of the car, this lower sill here is protected all the way to the front of this edge. So if you imagine the tyre spitting up onto this edge here, that's going to get obliterated pretty quickly. And so this is wrapped around here just to give this area some protection. The textured paint under here is also covered, as is the smooth paint here. So there's two different types of paint. And that sill then runs inside the door all the way up here to tucks into the wheel arch as well. And then in this case, we've finished it here, which is obviously customer choice. If you're going full coverage PPF, that would continue round to the full rear quarter, across the top of the door to the A-pillar.
And that's one piece you showed me.
That's a single piece, yeah. Wow. Obviously, it's more expensive to do it that way, so a lot of customers do choose to just have this area done. But the advantage this gives you over not doing it is you've got that lower sill protected, so that's going to get peppered with stone chips pretty quickly. And the sort of sharp fin shaped piece of PPF that the factory put on, often you'll end up with little bits of stone chips around that. So it just gives you some additional protection, additional peace of mind for when you're having fun. Yeah,
definitely. And is it in your experience that stone chips don't tend to go this high?
The majority of stone chips are going to be down here. It's not right for me to say you're not going to get the odd stone chip
because
up here.
Because it's so wide.
It's so wide a car, and who knows what's going to happen. The reality is that some customers decide to do the whole piece, and then they've got complete peace of mind. But it's a more expensive option, so it just depends on the customer at the end of the day.
So Graham, why did you start this business and how did it start?
It started off coming up for 8 years ago now. Nice. So yeah, time's flown. And I've always been into my cars. I've always had, a fancy car and so on. And then we had my car PPF'd way back by another company, and just decided, something I wanted to have a go at. I thought I could start a business and, perhaps run a slightly sort of smaller boutique type business, aiming at, the high end of the market, but also aiming at providing excellence to customers. And 8 years on, we're doing okay.
And did you start by doing the PPF yourself?
I tried. And then I quickly realised it wasn't for me. PPF isn't for everybody. It's a very difficult process. It's a very skilled process. I'm very lucky that I have an amazing team of people who are highly skilled, highly experienced. All my guys have been with me for years. So we're not the kind of company that has people leaving and joining all the time. Yeah. So a small team of people, all of them have been with us for multiple years, have learned and developed on the job. And we've just got better and better as the years go on. Delivery and the quality of the work we're doing just seems to get better all the time. We're always sort of striving for, finding another % here and there.
Yeah, and you said that PPF is difficult to do. Some people who maybe haven't seen the videos online of people doing it, or they look at the sheets, they might say, okay, you're squeezing stuff, you're squeegeeing it, and then it sticks. Yeah. So what makes it difficult?
Well, what you see online usually is all the nice stuff. So it's all the easy, squeegee it out, nice bit of music behind it and so on. What you don't see online is all the swearing and the shouting and sometimes you've got very tricky panels. What makes it difficult, in answer to your question, is that the guys have to understand how the film works. And what I mean by that is how you can manipulate the film, how you can stretch the PPF into position, how you can, do that without getting either stretch marks, contamination, glue marks, lift lines, that sort of thing, which are all very common in inexperienced PPF installations. So our customers are looking for excellence. Our customers are looking not to see the PPF pretty much as much as they can. So we do go to great lengths to, it's not just about the installation, it's about ensuring that when we're editing the film and the patterns at the beginning, once we've received the car, that it's done to a point where our customer's going to look at the car and say, yeah, fantastic, really happy with it, can't really see it unless you go hunting for it, but it's most of the thing that we're aiming to do is to deliver clean, pretty much invisible paint protection.
So, inside the 992 911 Carrera 4 GTS, long name. In here, Porsche have put shiny bits, which is nice, we like shiny bits, but gotta watch ring, they are going to get absolutely battered, and I've seen them battered. So you PPF'd the middle part?
Yeah, what we've done is we've just run a piece of film onto these vertical areas here that are close to the gear stick. So if your watch ends up scratching it or something, then it just gives it a bit of protection.
Is this common? Do people do this often?
Yeah, pretty much all of them. On pretty much all 992s.
I've seen some people do this and the screen and all sorts.
Yeah, you can do. It depends how far you want to go with it. This is it's not. In all fairness, it's probably not worth doing. There's not really too much.
And if it's a real carbon fibre, which it should be, then it shouldn't really, amazing. And in terms of this, is there anything I need to do to protect this?
No.
You put ceramic coat on that?
I don't think.
Make it extra shiny.
yeah. I don't think you need that. It's it's not out in the elements, is it? So it's no. I just think it's been fitted with the film, but the film, just putting a little bit of PPF on the interior here just gives you again a little bit of peace of mind. Yeah. Something you haven't got to think about when you're driving the car, so you can enjoy the car to the fullest.
100%. Amazing, great. Thank you so much for showing us around.